there has been so much rhetoric around this interview. And a lot of people were particularly, Lord, I don't even know what I just said specifically. That's not even a word, y'all. Please forgive me. Specifically interested in the fact that he says 8 children with 3 baby mamas with no intention of marrying either of them. And he says he wants more children. He desires more. He said, let God bring them. Let God bring them all. Bring more children with zero
Nick Cannon up, though.
He pretty much, yeah.
But
Nick Cannon, now from what I heard, because when I was talking to the wife, she was like, oh, well, Nick Cannon's doing it because he got lupus. But I don't know. You know, they're saying because Nick Cannon got lupus that he's saying he want to spread his seed and have as many children as possible for his
legacy. For no lupus, you could just have one to do that.
That's what I said. But he want to have many for lupus, supposedly. That was how she wanted. But, and she did speak to Nick Cannon, y'all. That's the thing. She interviewed with Nick Cannon at least 3 weeks ago. And now she's been on Cam Newton. And this is the same conversation coming up because they technically have like the same situation. But Nick Cannon got 6 baby mamas, 12 children. Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. Whew.
Yeah, I know, right? That's a lot, ain't it?
That's a lot.
That's a lot. But they have money. See, they have, meaning not, because you have money, bro, but we talking about rapper or whatever, it's celebrity money, basically. You know, they're supposedly, because she has this whole thing about men and women being high value and men and women being high value, high functioning, low value, low functioning, right? So what she considers Cam Newton, she considers him a high value man but low functioning because he is willing to sit there and make all these children with broken homes, because in her mind she feels like that's a broken home.
Yeah, because he's not in the house.
He ain't in the house with
the kids.
Right. So, and I kind of sort of from my mindset, I'm thinking like, okay, I know I don't have children, but I could think how it is really hard to like spread yourself thin. And let's say you do have 8 children. How can you possibly give enough of yourself to each one of those children for them to be healthy and feeling fulfilled in that area? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what is your perspective?
Because they stay busy working.
Yeah, he working.
It's impossible. And then and it depends on where these kids live at. If they live in different states.
He claims the children all live with him, though.
Live with him?
That's what he said.
That could be possible.
Yeah,
I mean, he got enough money to get custody.
Yeah.
But then you're taking them away from their mom, which they really need, depending on how young they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if they teenagers, I'm sure they probably be happy to be with dad.
Right.
But the young ones, if you're looking at 8 and 9 and below, needs to be with mom.
Yeah, I agree. They need their mamas too, along with their dad. The girls, both of them need their mothers, but I think the boys seeing their father and having their father in the household is extremely important. And I think for the girls, having their mother in the household is extremely important. But I think also for the girls, their daddy is important because their daddy shows them how to love and respect and to honor men. And then on a vice versa, for men, their mother is important because it shows them how to love, respect and honor women. Now, if we only have one in the household, then there's only one dynamic being shown to the child, not both. There's not 2 dynamics unless, you have a stepmother around or whatnot, but it don't look good to have different hoes from different area codes just rolling up in your house. And he could do that because Cam Newton, boy, he could do that. He catching all kind of coochie. You feel me?
I got hoes.
In different area code. I'm just saying, he can get them all from different area codes.
Yeah.
Is he retired?
Oh, yeah, definitely retired. Yeah,
right? That's why he's doing it. Okay, I figured that. So maybe he is home more, but at the same time, he's a podcast, so he got to do that.
Yeah, but he still got to work extra. Just like Nick Cannon got all these jobs because he has to you still got to take care of the kids, regardless.
Yeah, you got to so you can't spend all this time because time is what they want, but you got to spend your time with the money. That's why I was just telling the other podcasts, like, time is money and money is time. You are using your time for money. That's what you're trading it for. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So how I look at it is she's correct in that area where she's like, hey, there's no way you can have 8 children and you're giving them all what they need. Some child, either 1 or 2 or 3 of them are going to come up with a deficit. And she definitely mentioned that it ain't just about having a 1-parent household. Sometimes even in 2-parent households, that household could be so toxic, or could be toxic in his own way, that the children still come out and end up having that same situation. Just because you grow up with a mommy and a daddy, don't mean that when that child get out there in their own life, they're gonna do the same thing as their mother and father. That's because they see different dynamics too. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But my main question is for the situation, for the question, because I know a lot of people wonder what is better. Because I don't want to be judgmental about it, because I think it's so normalized now for, everybody to have. It's not like we back in the 30s and the 40s where, you had to hide whether you had other homes and other children. Mm-hmm. Everybody got other kids outside, because guess what? Relationships don't work out. Yep. People make babies, they go. Now, what I do understand is that Cam Newton is intentionally saying he want more kids. That means he could add another chick to the roster, or he could have more with Jasmine.
That's crazy. Cause that's my question. You with Jasmine, right? That's your girl. Mm-hmm.
That's his partner.
But he don't plan on marrying her.
Nope. Not her. Not her.
He dead wrong, man.
Yeah, I know
so she got to deal with it. Regardless, I'm gonna be with him. I might give him 1 more or 2 more kids.
You already know what that's in exchange for. Benefits. She with him for the benefits.
Okay. See, I thought she was making a little. I mean, she ain't got his money.
She a comedian. She doing comedy.
I'm sure she making a little money. No, YouTube hooking her up.
Let me tell you something. But in her comedy, she's bragging about the fact that he a nigga with meals. Of course, she going do whatever. Like, she was like, oh, y'all say what y'all want to do.
Because he probably came at her.
Exactly.
She the prize. And she know
for him. But he's still in his mindset, no, hey, I got the bread, so she not leaving. I got the control because I got the value. I got more money than you got. You know what I'm saying? I got all my kids over here.
Yeah, but now that you had a kid with her, she got a lot of the control now.
That is true. That is true, but they not married. As long as he marry her, he don't need to split alimony.
You get child support.
Child support is a thing. That is true. That's where he messing up at. Mm-hmm. But I guess because he rich, he don't give a F.
Yeah, she crack him right over the head.
Smack him over the head, yeah. All right, so, so this is my main question, though. Which is better? Making broken homes, meaning making children, no marriage, as long as we put the kids on earth, we good? Or doing what Cheyenne Bryant is suggesting, which is telling men, hey, if you know you don't want to get married, don't make the babies. Which one do you think in your mind is the most logical decision to make? Let's say you can't get married or you don't want to, and I feel like this is based off of a lot of reasons, but I want to hear what you think. What do you think in your mind is better? Make the babies, don't get married, or wait till marriage to make the babies?
I mean, at my age, my mature self is saying marriage. Then make the baby. Mm-hmm. That's my mature self. My back in the day immature self would have went. It was the opposite. It just depends. Yeah. Right now, it's marriage. I ain't making no kids. Marriage. Right.
Just get married.
Get married, then have a kid.
Okay, but why is that?
But
right now, why is your mature
because
self
both
decision?
Because it's just you should have. I believe I grew up in a both parent household.
Facts.
And I believe I wouldn't be the sound in mind and the way I am today if I didn't have pops in the household. I wouldn't be that way. I probably wouldn't had a job that making the money I'm making or treating the women the way I treat them if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because I seen it, I seen how he treated.
But
if he wasn't there, that means I would have to learn, and I probably would have never learned. I probably see somebody else and learn it off their household,
and they might not have been as good.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
I've been telling them, nigga, you need to smack her ass up, okay? You need to cheat on them. They like that. They like to be cheated on. Yeah, because that's how some niggas learn. That's the truth. They learn that way.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They like, hey, they don't want you unless you're doing them wrong. Smack that sometimes. She like that. Because guess what? And this is a real reality. I don't want to be mad. But some women do like it. Some women don't want you unless you smacking them. Mm-hmm. Some women don't want you unless you treating them, choking them up.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? You got to throw them
I don't want you. If I got to do that, I don't want you. Get the hell out of here.
Right. Exactly.
Let the man do that. I'm not doing it.
Okay, so because it's the trauma. And that's what she was talking about. So her difference was she was talking about low functioning, high functioning, No, she said low functioning, high functioning, low value, high value. So you know what value is, meaning money. You got a good job. You could take care of yourself. You got the home. You got the car. You could take me out on dates, all that good trips. That's good shit. That's high value. Low value is when you don't have all of that, right? But then you could have a person who's low value, meaning they can't take you on trips. They can't do any of that stuff. They don't have a good job or none of that. But when they show up in a relationship, they're present. You know, they can be emotionally fulfilling. They're not going to allow you to beat them or they don't want to be beat. They're going to be able to talk. That's a high functioning. Low functioning, that's what she want. The low functioning want to be knocked upside the head sometime because after that, you're boring, right? A low functioning said you dry because you're not whipping my ass. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth.
Yeah.
You feel me? Y'all know. Anybody watching this is that. If you low functioning like Sexy Red, she probably want a nigga to go upside her head. Just saying. All right? I just had to throw that out there. But in my personal opinion, I feel like what's better, I ain't gonna lie. I gotta take the latter. God say be fruitful and multiply. Even though I know I ain't multiplied, I would say that if you ain't getting married, hey, put the children here. But I don't think you should be consciously making 8 of them. I think if you choose not to get married, at least still be in the same household with the kids.
Yeah.
Have 1 or 2 and focus on those and build them up the best way you can. I'm pro building the children up, but I think you can't build up 8 children.
Yeah.
And not be in a household.
Man. It's hard because you got to think about it. Look, it still was 5 of us.
Yeah.
And Pops, it was no way that he can give his attention to each and every one of us because we were all different ages, matter of fact.
Exactly, yeah.
And we all was doing different things.
Yeah.
He didn't, even though he was in the household every day, he still worked 2 jobs. You know what I mean? He had to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Y'all was babies. I was older.
Yeah.
You had the in-between.
Yeah.
Aunt was running track. It was hard for him.
And he had to relate to us on different levels.
There you go.
And then we not considering what if if he's introverted, that's a problem, you know? Because then if he introverted, he don't always have the energy after work to talk.
Yeah.
He still got moms, he still got work, he still got whatever else he bills and he got to run around. Then he come home and he got to put time with all 5 of us. Like,
yeah, right.
Come on now.
That's still hard to do.
So we get it. Like, no, making 8 children is not, it's I think that's automatic. It don't matter if you have a 2-parent household or not. Making 8 children, the risk is some child going to be neglected. Even 1 or 2 of y'all.
1 of them. 2 of them. 2 of them.
1 or 2 of y'all.
I mean, 8, 3 of them probably.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 kids that going to hate the parents.
Hopefully one of them twins or something.
For real.
And the twins,
ain't gonna hate the
and
parents.
twins might usually get the most, time.
Unless y'all don't work. Neither parent got work and y'all doing homeschool and y'all super parent out for 8 kids to love you and love you to death and don't have an issue with how you raised them and don't feel neglected, all of that. So Cam couldn't possibly be doing the damn thing. And so I agree with Cheyenne on that. Like, he is raising children who are going to be broken. There's going to be he going to grow up as a child who's going to do exactly what he did. And then there's a child who's going to say, you know what? I don't want to do what my dad did.
And you said they living with him?
He's claimed they living with him.
But he not there. No, the nanny basically taking care of him.
Yeah,
He paying money for a nanny.
Exactly.
And he probably seeing them just a little bit, maybe on the weekends. Because if he doing a podcast like a full-time job. You just not like how we come. We come in and we might put in our 2 hours or half or 3 hours in it. But he's probably he got a whole production.
Facts.
He putting in 8 hours.
Exactly. He putting time in.
He's gone. Then he got to do all these other podcasts that he's flying to, going here, going
doing
there.
Interviews. Oh, yep.
You're gone. Who's with the kids? Who with 8 of them?
You already know.
The moms ain't living with them, is it?
They not living, but they are present. I feel like that. Come on now. They come there. They either come there or he split custody. They go to the mama house or he houses the mamas and they go there for the weekend or when he gone. They be there. They don't always be with them.
Because that's like the Bama Country Wayne. He got like 10 kids or something like that.
Ain't no
but, I mean, he's present in all their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, he be having them at the house, putting them on his little skits and stuff. So he's doing it. He said he take care of every last baby mama.
I don't blame. I mean, hey, you got. Hey, if you got the capacity, you could do it. But I guess we got to transition from this topic now. We running low on time. But I just want to say that y'all, please, Make the children, but I feel like if you know you don't want to get married, don't make that many. 8, I think that's too much. I feel like Cam, he definitely wasn't a match for her in the way his conversation was going. She was tearing his ass up, and he was feeling some type of way, for sure. So that's what I do want to say, because he know in his mind, he feel like, damn, you know what I'm saying? She telling me I'm wrong for doing what I did. But his mindset is different. He want to make the kids. I don't blame him. Some people are just about that. Some people are like, oh, I want to make the babies. I don't really need to get married to do that. You know what I'm saying? I be fruitful, multiply. Whatever.
You just smashing all these bras and no rubs.
Man,
you don't know where these bras been at.